Hi.
Hello, I'm Mark. I'm an engineer from Scotland. I'm going to talk to you about how I think technology will affect communication in 5 years' time. Clearly, technology and communication are very, very closely linked. So, in five years' time, well, it's about the needs of people to communicate. It's about shrinking the world. What technology really is giving us is the ability to communicate faster with more information over a shorter distance to more people. And so in 5 years' time, I think you'll find the difference at the moment is that we communicate readily with people in our immediate location. You'll find it. Information being shared between the emerging nations such as China, India, Brazil, and India I mentioned, and what we'll find is that we'll find out a lot more about what these individuals are doing. We'll move closer to their lifestyles, because we'll find we'll share a lot of common interests. We'll find we've got a lot more in common with people in China and India, and then we have a thought that technology will enable us to do that via the internet. But there is a downside on that. The internet itself has got upper limitations of just how it can move. So I think in 5 years' time we'll also start to see congestion on the internet. We'll also see it becoming of moving away from being a free resource to a paid resource.
Don't we pay for it already? Through our broadband?
I think we see it as almost being freely available. I think what we'll find is the cost of it will go up, and its availability at the moment, because it is relatively cheap, and then you say we pay for it already, but it's actually very, very low cost, and its current low cost makes it available to everybody. But what will happen is that the access because of the limitation of broadband will become more available to organisations and businesses, and less available to the public, so the public will get a poorer service.
Right. Yeah. Can I ask, do you think the internet will be the only technology that's affected by that'll influence communication?
Yeah, because we're really talking about the digital media and the ability to transfer data between people very, very quickly. So that's the upside. The downside, I guess you might think of things like the written media and writing and people meeting. So there will be changes now in the way that people meet and to discuss on a one-to-one. Now, those changes will become cyclical, where I think you'll find a lot of young people will have to start getting trained into meeting and reacting socially with individuals, because they spend a lot of the time at home using computers, and so the social nuances of communicating will change a little bit now. When people communicate, it's a well-known fact that a lot of information isn't actually just presented by words. It's facial expressions. It's physical behaviour. So people are going to have to spend more attention to communicating in that way, and technology will develop to enable us to express emotions in the same way as we do now, using body language. And we're seeing that now. For instance, when you look at emotional signals on mobile phones, you see a smiley face and you see a wink and da 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 da. At the moment, that's very basic. So we're going to see developments in that area. So what we're really talking about in that particular instance is the digitalisation of the main way that human beings communicate, which is through expressions and through body language and behaviour.
Okay.
We're going to see that changing toward away from words into the digital format.
Excellent, Mark. Thank you very much for that.